Okay, so in this lesson I'm gonna teach you how to play Big Love by Lindsey Buckingham. The lesson is based on an acoustic version that Lindsey plays in a YouTube video I saw. He just plays it on a steel string acoustic just by himself without any singing, and that's the version that I based this lesson on. In that version he's playing it on a slightly down-tuned guitar, in the sense there's standard tuning but it's like half a step down, so that's just for your information. If you're trying to play along with the video, you need to tune your guitar down a little bit, but for the sake of convenience in this lesson we'll just stick my guitars just in standard tuning. So here's my E, my low E, 6th string, my 5th string A, 4th string D, 3rd string G, 2nd string B, and 1st string top E. Just fretting an E chord there. Okay. Alright, so this tune is in the key of A minor. If you're playing it like this, sometimes he plays it with a capo, but for this version it's in A minor. So you want to make an A minor chord, like that, as you can see, with the left hand. And what's going on, what you need to sort of get ingrained in your head is the thumb, which is constantly kind of doing something like this. So the thumb is doing that all the way through the tune, obviously on different strings, but it does that all the way through. So you just want to start off, doing that as an exercise. And then the thumb goes to, you put your little finger on your left hand on the 3rd fret, 6th string, and then the 1st finger on your left hand comes in there to the 1st fret, 6th string, then back to the little finger. So you go. Take the finger off to the open string. So I've done that just to present what the thumb is doing the whole time. Obviously there's more to it than that. He's got his fingers working as well, but you need to sort of keep in the sort of forefront of your mind that the thumb is that's the way the thumb is driving the tune. Okay, so yeah, we're starting off with an A minor chord, and we've got so we're starting off with that A minor chord. Take this 2nd finger off and pluck the 5th string with your thumb and the 4th string with your 1st finger on your right hand. Then hammer on with the 2nd finger on the left hand. So you got, and then with your 2nd finger you pluck the 3rd string. So all that together. Sorry, you do that, and then the thumb on the A string, and then the 2nd finger on the G. So you got. obviously that's slowed down on that acoustic where he plays it really, really fast. He plays it sort of. But I'm just slowing it down, you know, to teach you it. So you got, and then you got more of the thumb then. So you got, so thumb, 3, 4. There's 4 thumbs. 1, 2, 3, 4. And notice that the thumb is going bum 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 all the time. So that gets repeated. You go. But on that last thumb, you actually thumb the open string. So you go. I overemphasize it there. It's not that heavy, but just to emphasize that the last thumb is on that open E, at least on this particular version I'm talking about. And then bring in the little finger here, and it's bum 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 7, 8. There's 8 of the thumbs, but with the right hand, with the fingers, you're doing second finger on the 3rd string and the first finger on the 4th string. So you're going okay, so you got then finger here, the first finger goes on the left hand, goes up to the 1st fret 6th string. Same thing, but you're just fretting with the first finger. Or alternatively, I've seen Lindsey Buckingham a couple of times he does it with his thumb, a couple of times he does it with his finger, so whichever feels more comfortable. You could do it with your thumb. You can use your thumb to fret that 1st fret on the 6th string if you want. Or that, doesn't make any difference really. And then back to this little finger on the 3rd fret 6th string. And then you go back to the starting position then. And that gets repeated. And repeated again. Repeated again. So it gets repeated a number of times. I think it's 4 times. Can't remember exactly, but if you listen to him playing it, you'll work it out. But you can sort of almost feel when it changes. So it does that several times. You might want to just stop and practice that initially. Then after that, it goes into another round of this, exactly the same as before, and then. But instead of going to back to the little finger, it goes to an open 6th string, and then. So the last time it happens, it goes. So I start again. So exactly the same as before, but you're playing the open 6th string instead of going back to that 3rd fret, the little finger. So then you're doing something like this. So you use your first finger on your left hand to bar the 6th and 5th strings. Use the edge of the finger to on the first fret. So you need to make sure you bar them off. It doesn't matter about the 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st strings. And you got, so you're plucking the 6th string with your thumb and the 5th string with your first finger, or your second finger, whichever you prefer. Yeah, so you pluck them, and then you hammer on with your little finger on the 3rd fret, 5th string. Then thumb again on the 6th string, and then 1st or 2nd finger, doesn't really matter, on the 4th string, which is also fretted by this little finger. So you got, alright, after that you've got, so a very similar thing. You pluck the open 6th string and the open 5th string together, hammer on with your 2nd finger, and then use your 3rd finger on the 2nd fret, 4th string. So the whole thing is, so you got, and then you go into, so you pluck the 5th string with your thumb and the 3rd string with either your 1st or 2nd finger, and then you hammer on with 2 fingers. The 2nd finger hammers on to the 2nd fret on the 4th string, although that you're not actually plucking that string, so it doesn't really sound, but it's just, you know, makes it easier to for what follows after that. And your 3rd finger hammers on the 2nd fret on the 3rd string, so you got, so you hammer on, then you thumb the 5th string, and then pluck the 3rd string with your 2nd finger again. So yeah, so you got, so hammer on, thumb, pluck, thumb, so, and then you've got the thumb together with the 2nd string, so you got, so yeah, and then add the 1st finger on the left hand on the 1st fret, pluck the same 2 strings again, then pluck the same 2 strings again with the little finger, so you got, and then you just pluck the 5th string again with a toppy, so you got, so again, and then you go to, you just need your one finger here, and you pluck in the D, one finger on the first fret, first string, and then a D string. Pluck the fourth string with your thumb on your right hand, and again the second finger plucks the first string. So. So you got, and then an upstroke on the third fret B string, so you got, then the D again. Remember, keep in your mind that the D is always going. You know, the thumb is always going bom, 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 bom. So you got, there on the first fret B string, then pull that off. So you got, and then you do exactly the same thing, but you fret on the D string on the second fret with the second finger on the left hand. And you got, so it's identical apart from the fact that you've got the second finger instead of the open string. So you got, and then you pluck the A and the G string and hammer on as you've done before, the sort of two fingers of that. So you got, so hammer on, thumb, up, thumb, and then on that final one you sort of bend it a bit, you sort of pull it down. So. Again, you've got the thumb going all the way through. 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so far we've got. Sorry. And then it repeats, which I've already shown you. And the second time round it does something slightly different, which I haven't quite mastered yet. I'm almost there. I need another day or two to really polish it up so I can play it just like Lindsay plays it, at least in terms of the, you know, the correct fingering string order. I'm not claiming to, you know, play as well as he does. So that part there, I'm going to explain that towards the end of this lesson. All right, so we're going to skip ahead now and come back to that part a bit later. So you've got that part that I'm going to do later. Alright, so there's that bit which I will explain in detail once I've mastered how to play it myself. Then you've got something like this. again, with what's happening there, you're just doing. You're doing. So it's dun dun dun. Oh. 1, 2, 3, and then to the E. So you're bending this string slightly on the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th fret. So you're going without the bass line. You're going. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But you're doing that with the bass line, we're just going. Sorry, start again. Back, so you're going dun, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So dun dun dun. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1. Sorry. 1, 2. Sorry, start again. 1, 2, 3. I can't count and play at the same time. There's 3 of those Ds anyway. And notice what I've been saying, that thumb is going all the way through. That's a bit awkward, takes a bit of time to master that, but you know, you're sort of going E, A, back to D, E, back to A, and then it goes into a bit like but again, I haven't quite mastered that bit. As you can hear, I'm almost there. I've almost cracked it, but I need to listen and just keep practicing for a couple more days. So that bit that will be covered in a later part of the lesson. Okay, so we'll come back to that bit again, and that bit that I need to polish it. Yeah, we'll come back to that bit, just like we'll come back to the other bit before it that I haven't quite mastered yet. So don't worry, I will cover those bits. Then we'll come. Let's move on, jump ahead now to this next section of the piece, which goes. So basically what you need to master first is the finger positioning. So you've got first finger, 3rd string, 5th fret, 3rd finger, 7th fret, 4th string, and you got these notes. Then slide that down to this. So 2nd finger, 4th fret, 3rd string, 3rd finger, 5th fret, 4th string. And then you just take that shape and keep it the same and just slide it down 1, 2 frets. Okay? So that's all those are the positions. And with the strumming pattern you're going, so it's thumb and then an upstroke on the 2nd string, top stroke on the second string, then a thumb on the third string. So you go, and then a second finger on the top string. So you got, and then the thumb comes in again. So far we've got, and then that gets repeated. So you go, so do 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 do, repeat, do 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 do, 1 2 3. So I play through the whole thing slowly. And then up to speed sounds like. Then you go to that second shape I've shown you, and you do the same, exactly the same thing with the right hand. Then go to the third shape I've shown you and do exactly the same thing. Then go back to the second shape, same thing. And then that gets repeated. Gets repeated a number of times. And then it reaches a point where it goes to an E minor chord, which is, you know, you can get like you can do a kind of like a flamenco-y sort of flick out your second finger, followed by your third finger, followed by the second finger, followed by the third finger. So down, up, down, up. Or if you don't fancy getting that intro, you can just go. You can just do something like that. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And then going back into what we've already had. Already had this, it just gets repeated, I've already shown it to you. Etc. That bit that I'm not quite, I haven't quite polished up yet, which will come up a bit later in the lesson. Ending in and then instead of going into, this time around it just goes into some chords basically, so starting off with so you go into down, up, down, up, and then an F chord like that with the thumb on the first fret, 6th string. So you go down. And then you've got this kind of thing going on. Down, down. So the strumming is down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, 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 up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And basically you're using with your left hand, you kind of doing little stabs, so you're going stab, so you push down and then release, but don't take your fingers off the strings, you just take the pressure off them so it mutes the chord off. So instead of getting, you get, so you're going stab, up, down, up, stab, 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 stab. That sounds a bit violent, doesn't it? Shouting the word stab over and again. Obviously, I'm not encouraging anyone to go out and stab anyone. Yeah, so you got stab, 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 stab. Then go to yeah. So it's just two of them: stab, stab, and then. Well, where am I now? I've got lost now. Stab. Stab, and then to E minor, stab, stab, up, up, ba-da-da-da-da. So stab, stab, up, down, up, stab, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. So A minor, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and then to a G, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And that gets repeated. To go back to the E minor, to the F, sorry, down, up, 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 down. Change, and notice on the, you change the chord and you start the chord off on an upstroke. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. The A minor starts with a downstroke. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Go to G and catch it on the upstroke. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So that sort of played really slowly would be like a. Etc. And then, you know, obviously once you've polished it, you can speed it up a bit, like a. Etc. And then, so it goes through a few of them. So the way it ends is sort of. So it goes through a few rounds of and after a few of them it goes ends like this. So or just down up down up, or down up down up down up down up. Okay. So now let's take a look at those sections of the song that I haven't quite polished up yet, and we'll go over those. Thank you.